Are you looking for a fun way to win up to 25 times your money this football and basketball season? Test your skills on Prize Picks, the most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. Just select 2 or more players, pick more or less on their projections for a wide variety of stats, and place your entry. It's as easy as that. If you have the skills, you can turn $10 into $250 with just a few taps. Easy gameplay, quick withdrawals, and injury insurance on your picks are what makes Prize Picks the #1 daily fantasy sports app. Ready to test your skills? Join the Prize Picks community of more than 7 million players who have already signed up. Right now, Prize Picks will match your first deposit up to $100. Just visit prizepicks.com/bluewire and use code BLUEWIRE. That's code BLUEWIRE at prizepicks.com/bluewire for a first deposit match of up to $100. Prize Picks, daily fantasy sports made easy.
Today's episode is brought to you by Cars.com. With over 2 million vehicles and 50,000 more added every day, Cars.com will match you with the perfect car for you, your budget, your life, your style. And if you're ready to say goodbye to your current car, Cars.com will get you an instant offer to cash it in. Just start by entering your license plate and get matched with a local dealer who will write you the check. So whether you're looking to buy or sell, just go to Cars.com. It's magical.
Welcome to Mavs Moneyball Group Therapy. Nick acting like I didn't know if I was muted. Folks, I just don't want to start the show. I'm tired. I don't really want to do this. This sucks. The Mavericks just got their asses whooped in the second night of a back-to-back by the Chicago Bulls, 144-115. They gave up 82 points, which was the most they've ever given up in a half in franchise history. They tied for the second worst loss, second most points ever given up in a loss, 144. Just filled with historic data. These Dallas Mavericks losses, like last night, no team in 25 years has lost a game by missing 6 free throws in a row. I don't have anything to say. I'm not excited. I'm glad some of you are very excited about the other things that are going on with the team, like watching a second round rookie score some points while also, having to share the floor with JaVale McGee. I don't have any juice in me. This sucks. It's just a waste of our time. The product that this team has assembled, I've been right in every fucking step of the way. And I remember over the summer when we're questioning the JaVale McGee signing, and there's a lot of people in the local media that are giving me, well, like any of them have ever seen JaVale McGee. Sorry. No, I'm so tired. This sucks so much ass. Ethan notes McGee can get traded in 5 days. To who? For what? He's the worst contract signing of the offseason. $6 million for 3 years for a 35-year-old asthmatic center he was a negative 15 in 5 minutes. Do you know how hard that is? I respect it. Oh, y'all are great. Okay, let's talk some shit. This team sucks. It's awful. All right, Ewan, what's up?
Hey, what's up?
I need a drink. I'm so tired. I was up to like 3:30 in the morning doing this garbage, only to get up and do it again. What are we doing?
I tried to stay up for the one last night because I had a lot to say, but it was tough for me to hang out for that one. But I had myself a drink before this game because I knew something it was gonna be bad. So I actually sat and watched the whole game, minute, second for second, and it was. I mean, Spence came out hot. I'm like, okay, he might have, he might try something, but it's just Spence is just gonna go get bucket for myself. That's just pretty much what he is. Good slasher. He can get hot from shooting, but when it comes to getting people involved, that's not his forte. And as you watch the game, you realize this is the team that Luka's been dragging for the last 3 years. Like this is We went to 7 against the Clippers with KP pretty much doing like this is the same exact team, pretty much.
No, it is the same team. Only the other players have slowly gotten worse while Luka got better, and nobody. So like last year was sort of the peak of the peak, and it's hard to build off that. I mean, I still think Dorian wakes up at some point, but Brian just notes it in the chat. He was unplayable. 20 minutes of nothing. He had 1 assist and 2 turnovers. Dorian Finney-Smith, old reliable.
Yeah, he's on the Reggie Bullock Island right now. Wherever Reggie Bullock is on, he's pretty much running laps right now. And like back to the Luka part, it's like, they say Luka ball dominant and whatnot, but it's like he controls the pace. So, that limits, bad possession, that limits, DFS trying to dribble or Frank trying to dribble or somebody that's not a dribbler that's trying to put the ball on the floor, and that limits fast break for the other teams and actually slows down the game. So your defense is better. It hides some of your defensive, capabilities that you don't have. And in this game where you see Luka's not there to control the tempo, you see we just got ran out of the building. It was tough. It's tough. Yeah. And then you go back to Tim Hardaway Jr. It's like, I don't know why he drank some secret stuff and it ran out. Like he's back to me and
shout out to Frank Ntilikina for getting up 7 shots and not hitting any of them. My son did this today at YMCA ball. The difference is he's 6. So, Frank just stealing money once again. Congratulations to him.
Yeah, and last 2 things is like it's like J Kidd. Once you see the game getting to that point, you already have a kind of process that is going to be a loss. Like just get the kid in, get him in, get Kemba in, see what's going on. He brings in Bullock and Frank to they're supposed to be some defensive stoppers. Like, come on, bro. Like, what are you doing? Like, the game is over. Like, it's over. We don't have it. It just
they gave up in the second quarter. It's impressive.
Yeah, that was bad. And, you see a surprise in the starting lineup. You think he's going to, start Hardy right away.
Oh, yeah. That was somebody fucked that up in the scorer's table. Everybody was so excited. And it's like, oh, neat.
Yeah, get the juice going. And I know Harp said it, too. Dragic, he has some impact.
It's weird. It's weird. The guy who plays basketball and has looked good while playing basketball is good at basketball versus the mythical player who hasn't played basketball. I can't fucking imagine why that is.
Oh, my God. We get killed by 2. Well, an old guy that look like he's 40 is better than pretty much a lot of the players on our team, and he's 40, and you're only playing 7 minutes a game. And then this guy named Williams with a blonde spot in his head, it was like, it was bad. Today was bad. But I'm glad I had my drink before I started to watch. And, yeah, man, I don't know. Hopefully there's some help on the way. I know you said there's no help on the way, but hopefully – in 5 days, we can work something out. Hopefully.
Well, thanks for hanging out, big guy.
Yes, sir.
All right. Yeah, y'all are savage in the chat. Some of y'all need to hear the sound of life, which is that was absolutely a baby that I hope Ewan was holding, because that's dedication. Okay. Not only do you stay up late on the East Coast to watch a garbage Mavs team lose by 30, you then hop on a crazy person live chat while holding a baby. That is what this is about. All right, coming up next, let's go with who we got? My man Brian, who is at an eventful evening. I think you were at a wrestling show, right?
I was. I'm on speakerphone. I'm driving home. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, you sound good.
Fantastic. Well, it sounds like I spent my day a lot better than watching this dog shit of a game. Like, Kirk, I wanted you to be mad. I wanted everybody to be rage, but the team has broken you, and that makes me sad.
Oh, I'm mad. I did a 6-minute podcast last night, 6 minutes recap, and half of it is me sighing deeply.
Well, it's that since I've gotten to know you a little bit, it's more fun when you're rage. You have a rage stroke, but the team is gradually broken you. But
because there's no joy in being right. Like Josh Green becoming a functional basketball player is delightful. So if people want to rub it in my nose that I thought he sucked, is fine, because it means the Mavericks have a good thing going. So it's being right about JaVale McGee earns me nothing. It just means that the same people who tell me I'm wrong all the time, I remember that I'm not, because I'm not. Like basketball is a straightforward sport to explain, and you and I have talked about this a lot as you've been writing for it. It is incredibly difficult to master the explanation and understanding of what's happening, but the basics are there for people to see. You were my favorite where you chimed in on the Mavs Moneyball Slack where you're like, what happened to JaVale McGee during these minutes? And it's like, he is awful.
It's impressive, Kirk, because like I apologize if I've mentioned this to everybody in the chat before. There was a half to start the second half of the Brooklyn game earlier this season. JaVale McGee gave up 5 points in 45 seconds. I don't know how you do that,
it's like
but
two possessions.
God bless.
It's 2 possessions.
What 2 possessions? Yeah. How do you do that? But I did actually have a wonderful time covering Final Battle, Ring of Honor today. Fantastic. I've never actually been to the UTA area. College Center Stadium where the Wings play. Fantastic little location. Very cool spot. But if you could bear with me, I do actually want to vent on Jason Kidd a little bit. You know what boils my piss, Kirk? This passive-aggressive bullshit he continues to play on social media. Oh, well, the fans are, playing coach to this team, blah, blah, blah. Fuck you, dude. Like, and then he's, like, bitching about, like, oh, like, who made this schedule? Like, what ridiculous. Like, no, absolutely not. Like, how many, like, we've joked in the Slack before, how many, like, chickens have the Mavericks, like, sacrificed to get this, like, ridiculous, easy schedule?
Oh, yeah, we don't even talk about that often. You do because you have to hear us in our Mavs Moneyball Slack. Yeah. Like, we rarely talk about it on the show. The Mavericks have gotten unbelievably lucky.
Yes! Like, how many, like, star players have been gone and the Mavericks still lose that game? I'm sorry. I don't want to hear you bitch and whine that you had to play a home game and then go to a road game the next day. Like, right. Get over it. And I haven't seen anything in the post-game comments. I just assumed he's just going to eat the L because all of those comments he said over the week age like milk, like everything else he says. Like, I think that drives me the most crazy. I mean, this team is what it is. And I always try to not get pretty mad, but, like, Jason Kidd always finds a way to boil my piss just because he's like, oh, well, blah, blah, blah. Like, dude, like, this passive-aggressive bullshit, I can't stand it, Kirk. I can't.
I hear you.
Yeah.
We'll drive safe, all right?
I will, buddy. I'm about 30 minutes away, so I will hang out, but somebody get mad. Rage.
All right, talk soon, buddy.
Later.
All right, let's go with Chris. Hey, Chris.
Hey, Kirk, how's it going?
It's okay.
So how many people here actually stayed in the torture chamber and watched the entire game and just keep asking yourself, why are you watching this? You know what the outcome's going to be.
Oh, I mean, my wife came downstairs and just made a noise. She was like, ugh. What is that?
Yeah, I missed I stayed up. Yeah, I just went to bed a little early after that game. Well, a little early. It was midnight, but
I mean, it was late. Yeah, we didn't even hop on until 12:30.
Yeah. I couldn't do it, and I did lose some sleep. I actually went straight to sleep, but then I woke up at 5 a.m. I started thinking about the Mavs game, and it took me about an hour to go back to sleep. So I lost a little bit of sleep last night, and that was pretty bad. Tonight, there's just not much to go for, other than it's nice to see Jaden Hardy can get buckets. Driving the ball. He's a nice player. Not going to save this team this year, but it's nice to see him out there. And
Kevin Walker looks good. I mean, he didn't hit any threes, but I like the way they look. There's not like when Josh was shooting last year, there was like a physical revulsion from the way his shot form looked.
But
this guy does not have that problem.
Is it safe to say that by far the Mavs are the worst team when Luka's not on the floor, the worst team in the NBA?
I don't know. It's close.
I'm trying to think of any other team. Like
the Magic are funky. The Spurs are just conducting a masterclass and being awful.
Yeah.
It
just sucks that we're like, God, just beginning of yesterday, you just think, we're going into that game, things were going great. And I was going to get on the green room like, God, we're on a 4-game winning streak. And, by April and May, all this bad stuff we've been going through is going to be a distant memory. But, just how the way that game ended and just everything. I don't really have much to say. I'm going to the game next Friday when they go against the Trailblazers. So at least we got a homestand coming up. Do you know if Luka's injury? I didn't.
He's not injured.
He's not. Okay,
they have to do that.
Okay.
Like, they have to come up with something, and I don't think he traveled. I didn't see him on the bench.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, you probably got pissed. I'm like, okay, I'm just going to go home.
Shit, he stormed off the floor last night.
Yeah.
And I didn't really, I don't like that. I don't like that sort of thing, but I get why.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like maybe, and the question of, because it's probably for the best that they let him rest, but I don't know.
Have you ever, you and me have been Mavs fans for at least 20 years, right? Have you ever seen a Mavs, and I'm not talking about the game from yesterday, but have you ever seen a meltdown like that ever? Like, just the other team is just handing you the game on a silver platter. I mean, for like the last 5 minutes, and you just find ways intentionally to lose. I mean, you're shooting 42% or whatever from the free throw line. I mean, junior high teams shoot better than that from the free throw line. It's crazy. But hopefully they can do something on this homestand. They just got to go back on a run. Hopefully get another 3-game winning streak and then go from there. But this is a 500 team. So, I mean, the ups and downs of this season, I mean, don't we all love it, right? We're all happy in one day and then we're like raging the next. It's just, I just want the playoffs to kind of hurry up and get here. Hopefully we can make the playoffs. But anyway, let's try to get a win on Monday.
Sure thing, man. All right. Talk soon.
Yeah. This is advertiser content brought to you by Frito-Lay.
Hello, I'm Chip Murphy, here to get you ready for the big tournament. Tonight we'll break down who will be cutting. Cut! What are you two doing?
Sorry, Chip. Prez here got his feathers ruffled when I told him Ruffles has 0 chance of winning the title.
And I was letting Dip know that she is not taking into account Ruffles' iconic ridges.
Guys, it's March. We have to start talking about the tournament.
We are. It is the 2023 Frito-Lay Snack It.
We're talking about big-time matchups between Cheetos, Smart Food, Lay's, Sun Chips, and more.
Just head to the Frito-Lay Snack Bracket and vote for your favorite chip, pretzel, or dip for a chance to win up to $1,000 or a year's worth of snacks.
This sounds great. Keep up the good work.
Just go to fritolaysnackit.sbnation.com. No purchase necessary. Sweepstakes ends 4/3/2023. Void where prohibited. Year's worth of snacks awarded in the form of 52 coupons, each good for 1 bag of chips. See official rules at fritolaysnackit.sbnation.com.
All right, coming up next, let's go with Ruben. How you doing, buddy?
Yo, Kurt. This game was shitty. And I feel like J Kidd just gives us the biggest middle finger by just like starting Seawood and tricking everybody thinking Hardy's going to start when it's really Hardaway. And why would – like you could tell like from the get-go that most of the starters, maybe Seawood has some juice, but you could tell from the get-go none of these guys had energy. Like do you not know how to inject energy into your team?
So they landed at 4, or they got to the hotel at 4 a.m. This is what he was talking about in pregame yesterday. So it's like the fact that they all looked like ass. I'm having a hard time criticizing that. You know what I mean?
I'm not going to criticize that, but the one young player that you do have on the team that you did call up last minute that actually had more points than Dragic and looked fucking nice. All right, I'll cut my bullshitting off. Hardy looked nice against real competition. The first couple shots, he looked a little nervous or whatnot. Like it was he was on the court for a couple of minutes before he even touched the ball, actually, because they were running shit through Frankfurt. When, like, literally.
But Hardy's not a point guard. You know that, right?
Yeah. I'm not even there yet. Dorian tried to drive to the hoop twice, lost it twice. Timmy, I think, tried to drive to the hoop twice, lost it twice. Frank tried to go up for a layup, got his, packed. Here comes Hardy. What is he, 19, 20? I don't even know. Goes up, gets his, I guess they've been doing their research. He gets his shit packed by the whole goddamn Chicago Bulls team. No foul call. Cool. He tries to shoot a 3, misses it. But then after that, like, his bag is it looks effortless and so smooth. Can you just let me know what you saw from Hardy tonight? If you bear to watch this.
I watched.
game.
I mean,
what was your
I don't really
opinion?
have any thoughts. Like most of his significant minutes are paired with JaVale McGee, where it's that's not real basketball to me. Like McGee shot 2 threes. I feel
so sorry for Hardy when he got an open 3 for a teammate, but it was JaVale. It was so laughable. I was like, oh shit. It's okay, Hardy, walk it off. And no, everybody on the court didn't even move.
Yeah. Yeah, he dribbled.
But
he dribbled like he was shooting a free throw from the corner. That was rough.
Yes, and did like a Superman, like he was about to hit the best 3 in the universe, and it just doing. But is Jay Kidd's comment after the game? I don't know who asked the question, but somebody just reposted the comment. Oh yeah, we have to find Hardy minutes. I'm like, what the fuck are we doing? What do you do for this team? You don't draw up any plays. You let other coaches run the practice. And according to you in the post-game comments, you don't set the lineups? Is that what you're telling me?
Did he actually say that?
I literally reposted it. I want to give credit where credit is due.
Look. No, it's fine.
It started with a G. He always posts the post-game comments. Oh, yeah. Hardy looked nice out there. We have to find him more minutes. Bro, he just gave you more points than Campazzo, Dragic, and looked more capable than any vet that you had on the floor tonight, and you're still scratching your ass with a thumb in your ass trying to find this man more minutes? Like, after this night, like, there's, like, what he will do with this game, what he did with the OKC game to Seawood. Oh, well, guys, you see, we can't start Seawood. We get blown out by goddamn 50 points every time. Fuck you, J-Mid, bro. Like, I already know what he's going to twist this to, but if Jaden Hardy deserves minutes. I'm not saying start him, but he deserves minutes in the league. And that's all I'll say, so you can get some sleep and take a vodka shot. Have a good night, Kurt.
You do, buddy. Talk soon. All right. Brandon, how we doing?
Can't complain, man, but yeah, them boys got run up off the court. I was looking at NBA League Pass, some of their older games, the box score and the stats, and I noticed like the games that they lose, it's just like constant shots around the 3-point line and no inside points. And when they win, they get some inside points. So that's either telling me that they're not getting any second chance points, or Luka's shooting from the outside, and when they're winning, they're either getting second hand points or Luka's sitting from the inside. But I mean, they definitely need a 3 or small forward, whatever you want to call it these days, because the way that I see the Mavs being built is guards and bigs, and that's it. They don't have any type of real athleticism that can, guard agile, quick, lone players, people that can penetrate, or any type of presence that can go in, get second chance points, or be some type of paint presence. So, I mean, you go from Maxey to JaVale to Christian and Dwight, all the way down to your guards, which even includes Tim, which essentially, to me, is like a guard. And you got taller players like Dorian. And I guess if you want to think about it, to me, the only real 3 on the team is Reggie. And that dude's not athletic. I mean, I like him, but he's just not athletic. They just got exposed. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't think Donovan had to do a lot of homework to say, hey, just let them dudes just shoot threes and they're not going to guard us in the paint. This is
right.
Right. No type of homework. I mean, it's in the stats. I mean, those guys, if you go back and look at League Pass and look at the box score and their statistics, I mean, it's just like a line drawn around from one side of the 3-point line to the other, just shots with no inside presence. And I mean, you don't have to prepare for that. The dudes are shooting terrible, and they're not going to score on the inside, so you live by the 3 and die by the 3, and it's kind of how they got exposed today.
That's right. I mean, that's kind of how the team is built. So I went and looked second chance points. Dallas Mavericks are 25th in the NBA with 11.8 second chance points per game. Then for context, like the Raptors are first at 17.6. So.
And it's like, what's crazy is Zach LaVine is good, but that dude he did what he wanted to do. Everybody just kind of went in and did what they wanted to do. But what got me is the second chance points. I mean, those guys it's like they just stood there. And I mean, Dallas always has that tall guy that moves like a train, left or right or back and forth, and that's Powell to the fullest. He sticks his arms up, and, he's a big body that could block people from getting in the paint, but he can't move with them. He fouls a lot. He gets beat a lot, and he's just not any type of person that's going to make people adjust their game. They don't have any type of person that could, make people adjust their game. People just run all over the court, and that's just how Dallas is built. There are a lot of fives, a lot of twos and ones, but no real in a four, no threes, and no athleticism. It's just a traditional Dallas team.
Certainly nobody who can take anybody off the dribble, and that just
nobody.
Luka can take mid-range shots, but that's they're built very similarly, like a poorly kind of like the old Houston Rockets teams with Harden, but like much worse. I mean, those Rockets teams had some players, and this Mavs team just has guys that are kind of feel like at this point in the season, it's too early to feel like they're on their last legs, but that's what it feels like.
And it's like, and if Dallas wasn't just like historically a 500 team, I would think different. But this year, it just seems to me to me, the lights are too bright for all these new guys. They brought in a new regime. Rick left with all that knowledge, all that information. Now you got the front office is new, the coaching staff, is kind of turned over. You still got Armstrong and Guy Sham guy, but it's a new look on the inside the front office, and to me, it's like. They came with these big ideas, but the lights too big for them. It's just like we're just gonna roll out these guys and just hope everybody go to the game, and they don't know what to do after that. Just outside of depending on Luka.
Well, thanks for hanging out, man. Glad you joined us again.
Thank you.
All right, talk soon. All right, got a couple more folks, and we're gonna go. Mr. Dang, what's up, buddy? Give Doe a second. Come out of the chat. See what he's thinking before we all go to sleep. There he is.
Can you hear me?
A little bit. Talk a little louder.
Is that better? Same old, man. It's just I'm just tired, so tired of getting gaslit. It's just insane, just listening to Jason Kidd. I just want to rip my hair out. Last night I wanted to get in the chat and raise my hand, but I was so pissed I couldn't do it. And tonight, you'd think it'd be a little bit better, but it's not. It's just always a freaking excuse, crying about the schedule, crying about this, crying about that. I'm sick of it. When is it ever going to end? When is he ever going to be accountable? I mean, what can we do to get it fire Jason Kidd fan club? Did it work for Milwaukee? What was the final straw that broke the camel's back when he was there? Does he have to harass somebody? I don't understand.
Not really sure. It's tough.
How much is enough? I mean, crap. We're a lotto team without Luka. It's rudderless. I mean, what motivation does he have to stay with us after 2 years? I don't know. I mean, I want to have hope, but it's just the effort's not there. The body language is terrible. Last year it was pretty bad, around this year, and they turned it around. But this is a team that's a year older without Jalen Brunson.
I'm not seeing a path. I just don't see it. They won 70% of their games last year after the new year. I just don't see how they do that because Luka was injured at that point, and then COVID, and then there's plenty of reasons for this, for you to say, okay, they're going to figure something out. I don't see what that something is right now.
We just fucked up the easiest part of our schedule too.
Now the rest of December sucks. Like this is, I mean, the NBA is hard. I mean, you go look at the standings. The Mavericks are 11th in the West, and they're 13-13.
Yeah, it's the play-in. Here we come. That's what I see. I just want it to be fun and competitive. But we just, the early games that we kept on making it, winning them just by a little bit. We made those stupid mistakes. Well, it's coming back to boomerang us in the ass in these close games against great teams that don't make those kind of mistakes.
Yeah. Well, thanks for hanging out, man. We'll talk soon, all right?
All right, man. Thanks a lot, bud. Appreciate you doing these.
Absolutely. We're going to get out of here early tonight, but first, Sam's going to send us off. What's up, Sam?
What's up, Kirk? You got me?
Oh, yeah.
All right. I'll be quick because, I didn't even watch the game. Like, I was out just doing stuff. And I forgot they were playing, to be honest, until I just said, oh, they're playing today. Let me see the score. And then I saw 84-53 at halftime. I said, yep, I didn't need to watch this game. So it was this. The thing is, I would have been fine with the loss tonight if we just won last night. Because I would have been like, okay, I expect us to lose just with the schedule. So I would have been okay. But the way I still can't get over last night. That was horrible. Just the way they just blew that. And I don't know what can change, like for this year anyway, because there's no trade we can make. Nobody wants Bertans unless we give up a pick. So we can't get rid of salary. Nobody wants JaVale McGee because for God knows why we gave him 3 years, $18 million. And it's I don't want to say it's hopeless, but this year it's just what can you do? There's really nothing you can do. And yeah, Luka, he's great because I was listening to the I think it's called the Hoop Collective with Brian Windhorst and Tim and them, and he was comparing them to the 2018 Cavs. Oh, excuse me, the 2008 Cavs, where it was just 2007 Cavs.
Yeah, by the time basically the first run LeBron years where they fucked up so many things. And some of that at LeBron's behest, honestly, because LeBron's high key one of the worst GMs in basketball history, but he's just an amazing basketball player. But yeah, they were the similarities are dark.
That's concerning. So I don't know if we're gonna get to that point. I don't know what kind of personality Luka has. But just one more quick thing, actually. I heard Chris say earlier about the meltdown. I do remember there was one meltdown that just kills me every time I think about it. I think it was 2005 in the playoffs when Dallas was playing Phoenix, and it was Game 6, and Steve Nash had a tying three to send the game into overtime, and Dirk just went off on Jason Terry for I don't know if he just didn't cover him or he just let him shoot the three or something happened. And he just went off, and I remember that meltdown perfectly because I remember I was watching it with my family at the time, and everybody was just screaming why'd you let him shoot? Why'd you let him shoot the three? And yeah, that just sticks in my mind. So that's just a meltdown I remember. But other than that, this sucks, man. This is horrible. And I don't know, like I said, I don't know what can be done to fix it. I don't expect us to win 70% of our games this year. We've already blown so many close games, and Jason Kidd is not a good coach. He is horrible. This guy sucks.
He sucked. As always, we can blame so many of where we are because of the Lakers. Jeannie Buss pulled his ass out of unemployment because he sat around for a year after the Bucks let him go. Nobody hired him. Think about that. Think about how often guys. Do you remember the last time a head coach just went away for a year and came back? When's the return of a previous head coach worked out? I'm sure there's examples. I just can't think of any.
Yeah, I mean, not many. I mean, Mike Brown's doing pretty decent in Sacramento right now, but
that's a good one. No, that is that, and that's why I asked the question because it's just he got Kidd got let go from the Bucks for Chris Middleton was I'm not playing for this guy anymore.
Yep.
That's going to get disputed for anybody that really digs down deep into it, but I know because I know somebody who worked for him. That's how it happened, and it's frustrating because that's never going to happen here. He got plenty of years with the Bucks because of how well he performed that first year, even though their second year was a train wreck. I mean, this is just sort of the way we're just gonna have to deal with this. I hope the kid figures it out. I hope that they come up with something. I mean, then the second thought is I just don't really see how because it's the players aren't changing. Kid can't do that. I mean, Kid locked us into a double down on a bad player in McGee, but the rest of the roster, that's a group effort that the Mavericks have put together.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the issue is with Nico and Kidd and Cuban. I don't know if there's a disconnect because I feel like somebody says one thing, but then another guy saying another thing, and you have Cuban over here saying
that's the way it's been the whole time.
Yeah,
I mean, Haralabos Vulgaris got brought in as basically shadow GM because Nani wasn't doing his damn job, and then you had 3 people doing stuff. Like one of the complaints that I remember from Cato when he wrote that article was, you never know who was actually doing the dealing for Dallas. Like, that's a problem.
Yeah, Cuban invited the chaos. I remember reading about that. He I enjoy topsy-turvy type shit, and it's
well, then nobody no, it's not adulthood. It's not real business. All right, let me says the podcaster. What do I know?
Let me get off, man, because I can go on for another 30 minutes at this point, but fuck this team, bro.
Well, hopefully they pull out of it. Thanks, Sam. Talk soon.
Have a good night.
All right, fellow gluttons for punishment. We'll be back here Monday night where the Dallas Mavericks face off against, who do they play? I should have known this. The Thunder. The Thunder gave Dallas a historical loss already once this year, so hopefully they come out ready to kick some ass. Everybody be good. Talk to you a little later on Monday.